Hey, and welcome to this week's Wax Pack Dad. Woo! Hey, this is going to be a fun one. This is our last all packs of 1 year rip. We're doing 1986. We've got 1986 Flair, 3 wax packs in a rack pack. How fun is that? Going for Canseco, the Big Glove Mickey Hatcher. We've got another 1986 Don Russ, not Ross. We've got it. We'll be talking about that later. My inability to pronounce even the simplest names. We've got some rare 86 Sport Flicks going for Barry Bonds and Jose Canseco rookies. We've got some star stickers. We've got baseball tattoos. Crazy. Look at Charlie Hustle trying to get into the Hall of Fame on somebody's wrist. And we're going to finish it off with a rack pack, 86 Tops. And they threw in some young superstars from KB Toys. So let's get at it. Woo! Talk about the elephant in the room. My inability to pronounce Don Russ. So I've come up with a creative solution for those that I ruined their week by mispronouncing it. This is going to be a win-win for everybody. So this is my Don Russ swear jar. So every time that I mispronounce it, I'm a big fan of the Movember. I'm not going to host one, but I will donate. So I'm going to screw it up and say Don Ross. There's my first $1 towards Movember, towards men's health, testicular cancer, PTSD, you name it. So who's with me? Let's together stamp out some of those things that really are plaguing men. So other than the fact that they can't pronounce a simple term. But you know what? I did find out that Don Russ is actually the conglomeration of Don Sutton and Rusty Staub. Don Rusty. Don Rusty. No, I'm kidding. I actually don't remember the guys' names, but one of the guys' last name was Wiener, and I thought that was funny because if you look at 1990 Don Russ, it's got to be by someone's last name is Wiener. I'm just going to say that right now. It's not as bad as 91 Fleer, but let's, you get the drift. So let's open these things up. Let's have some fun. You know what? Don Russ. There's another $1 in the swear jar. But I'm not going to try to do it from now on. It won't be. I'm going to make it a point. This thing's going to be here. Always watching, along with Mark Brohard, who's turned into kind of a channel mascot as the Brewers are starting to do well. So if you want to join me in saving money for November, let's do it. So I have never seen these. I know it's not a pack, but it's the Young Superstars of Baseball. It is 1986. If you guys remember KB Toys, this whole set is probably worth 50 cents, but maybe there's something cool in here. I'm sure there are going to be some cool players, but it's a glossy, super glossy though. Let's see if I can get some light on this subject here. We got Tony Gwynn, Ernie Riles, Strawberry. Let's look at the back here. That's cool. Vince Coleman, which should have been his rookie card. Tony Fernandez, Ron Darling, Tom Vernansky. So these all be the young stars. Jim Presley, Don Mattingly, like that. 86 KB, Don Mattingly. Andy Van Slyke, Ryan Fisher, don't know who that is. Kirby Puckett, Doc Gooden, Oh to Be Young Again McDowell, Juan Samuel, Julio Franco, Roger McDowell, Sweet Music Frank Viola, which is funny because his rookie card, well, I guess him and Gwen, 83. Young is relative. Aguilera, that would be his rookie card. Mark Salas, Brett Saberhagen, Tom Browning, Shelwan Dunston, Alvin Davis, Jeff Stone, Terry Pendleton, Chris Brown, Mariano Duncan, Ozzie Guillen, John Franco, El Cid Fernandez, Dan Pasqua, and Jimmy Key. So we'll start off with, we'll put Tony Gwynn up there. That's fun. maybe put up a, where's the Mattingly? There we go. We'll start off with that. That's fun. All right. KB Toys. Remember, every mall had them. You'd go right by Orange Julius and get that. So, all right. So let's open up. Let's start with baseball tattoos. That's a weird one. This is 1986, as you can see here. So I probably missed a couple sets of packs. I do apologize. So if you say, well, what about OPC double refractor Canadian car? I don't have it. I don't have it, buddy. I did the best I could with the information that I have. The gum looks nice. The gum is mint. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these before. So we got Dale Murphy, Brian Fisher, Shawan Dunston, Brett Saberhagen, Jesse Barfield, Moose Haas of the Brewers, Dennis Eckersley, and Mike Moore. Well, that's fun. That's fun. I don't care who you are. That's fun. Fun stuff. All right. All right, we're going to open up a pack of 2 packs of star stickers from 1986. These are always nice because they have, 50% of the cards are probably stars. They don't bury a lot of players. Oakland. We got Tony Pena. We got Alan Trammell, Larry Parrish, Ron Kittle, and Dale Murphy. We'll put Dale Murphy up there. So these are some, maybe some more weird cards. Second pack of star stickers before we get to the big ones. So I'm hoping you guys will stick around with that, and even though these aren't necessarily the best packs ever, I'm kind of hoping for a Canseco rookie. Tom Seaver. Tom Terrific. In his last year with the Sox. Pretty sure that was his last year, or close to his last year. Are you Johnny Ray? Who wants to know? Freddie Lynn, Gary Ward, and Hubie Brooks. All right, let's open up Sportflix, which I thought was really cool. You have to look in the back to make sure that these are actually from 86, because they all kind of look the same. There's slight variations of the packs that look different. But there's actually an 86 Barry Bonds, which I thought was kind of cool. Now, I don't know if these were made like late 86, so, it would almost be like an update set. But there's a Barry Bonds in this set. And there is a Jose Canseco in this set. But evidently my grip strength has not improved in jiu-jitsu. Has gotten actually worse. I had to tear into this sucker. And there are, within this, so what do we got here? Look at that. Look at those shades. Let's see, can we do that? I can't get this guy on here. There it is. Look at those red shades. He's like a supervillain. Andre Thornton. Dwight Gooden. Trivia. Oh, we got a Mariner. Woo, woo, woo. Phil Bradley. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. We got, geez, I did get choked out tonight. Freaking, I just pulled him last week and pulled him 100 times. Rod Carew, gosh darn it. Cal Ripken and Pete Rose. Jeez. That is really cool. I like that. Put that up there. All right. Charlie Hustle, always watching. I got 3-1 odds saying that Pete Rose is going to stay there and is not going to turn into Rod Carew anytime soon. do apologize. I've had to rip these out with my teeth. Well, looks like Hawk. Andre Dawson. How fun. Look at that. We got a Jim Rice. Another Hall of Famer. Okay, cool, cool, cool. These, and then the TriStar, which is going to be Pedro Guerrero, Mike Schmidt, and is that maybe Jack Clark? Daryl Porter. Okay, one out of 3 Hall of Famers, ain't bad. Okay. Well, you guys came for the rack pack, so let's get into those. I did like that these came out. They put the rack packs with wax packs in there from Thrift Drug. Sorry, doing some of the cutting off camera. It is not staged. I try. But one of the best cards in the set is Mickey Hatcher with an oversized glove. Obviously, the Jose Canseco with the Eric Kerplunk is another big one that year. I think Don Russ is the only one that has the McGriff. Other notable rookies, Vince Coleman, Lenny Dykstra, and Cecil Fielder. I think Paul O'Neill. Oh yeah, look at that. Nolan Ryan starting out hot. Starting out hot. I like that. Oh wow. Nolan Ryan behind Nolan Ryan. How freaking awesome is that? Tim, you can pull a Nolan Ryan. You're doing good. Pull 2 Nolan Ryans. You're doing real good. Wow, okay. Some light on the subject here. Dave Collins. Oh, that is not the rookie set that I want, with Billy Joe Robideau. There we go. Billy Joe Robideau. That rolls off the tongue. Neil Allen. Bob Kearney of the Tridents. Ricky Henderson. Wow, this is a loaded freaking pack. I love this too, and the card is in great condition too. Just a little bit of wear on the edges there, but wow, that is a nice looking pack there. I didn't realize Danny Darwin played for the Brewers in his career evolution. Checklist. Jamie Kokenauer. Steve Oniverios, Walt Terrell, Gary Reedus, Boggs and Hero. Oh, wow, that's awesome too. That's a very, very cool card. Look at that pack. That is a stud pack right there. Stud pack. Move the swear jar over so I can start moving some of these cards. All right. Wow. 2 Nolan Ryans, a Ricky Henderson, and a special Boggs Brett card. Minnesota Twins. Scott McGregor, Billy Sample, Jimmy Sundberg. We got Gary Carter. Ouch, Don Baylor. Yeah, he does get hit a lot, or did get hit a lot. Bill Lasky. Randy Bush, Neil Heaton, Hebe Brooks. Hey, yes! How freaking awesome! Jose freaking Canseco. You know what? I'm going to wrap him up with along with the Nolan Ryan. Wow, never pulled this card ever. I've never pulled the Don Russ card either. Look at that. Hang on. All right, we're back. We're one Mickey Hatcher away from getting the top 3 cards in the set. I think Mattingly might be in there too. Jerry Davis. Randy's always ready. Jesse Barfield, Mariano Duncan, and Frank, what you talking about, Willis. Third pack. Will we get the big love Mickey Hatcher? Will we get Don Mattingly? California Angels. Bob Nipper. Carney Lansford. Hey, awesome. Cecil Fielder rookie card. And Corey Snyder. Wow, starting to run out of spots for these cards here. Marty Bystrom. Sluggin' Gorman Thomas. Ron Hassey. Not that Bob Gibson. Pete, I'm a grown man, not a lad. Rick Langford. Don Petrie. Ron Oyster Crackers. Bob Horner, Dale Murphy. Mike Boddicker, and Mike Pagliarugo. So, wow. Some really, really good Fleer. Wow, that's going to be a tough one to beat. So we'll put some of these guys up and start up with the tops. All right, we're going to hit up tops here. Front and back. We got a Vince Coleman here. That was a Vince Coleman rookie at one time. That was worth something. Dude had over 100 stolen bases twice. I think people were thinking he was the next Ricky. Dick Williams with a Wilford Brimley stash. Bob Gibson again. Lee Mazzelli. Alvin Davis. John Felsky. I think John Crook's rookie. No, that's another set. Lamar Hoyt. Jay Johnston. Gosh, I hate this. Hey, Kirby Puckett. That's a nice looking card right there. I'll tell you what, in PSA 10, I think those pockets are going for like $600-700. Let's take a look at it here. Well, that's a nice looking card. On the back. Put it right for him up. Oh, this is turning out to be an epic rip. Charlie Huff. Bob Forsch. Joe Price. Chris Bando. Jamie Easterly, boy oh boy. Hubie Brooks, Mike Scott, and Kurt Bekwava. Kurt, though, had a solid major league career. Probably best known as the bubblegum blowing champion back in like '76. Green, Ed Lynch. Hey, all right. Probably the top card in the set. Don Mattingly. Believe it or not, in PSA 10, this one looks a little off center. Over $1,000 card. That's crazy. And that's, I think, more of a indictment of how hard it is to get a good graded 86. Wow, we are hitting it. Wayne Kirchenauer. We got old Dusty Baker. Checklist. Hey, Cal Ripken. Wow. That's a nice looking card too. Jeez. Dan Petrie. Tough guy Jeffrey Leonard. Steve Psycho Lyons. Blue Jay Workhorse Dave Steeb. Slugger Kirk Gibson. World Series hero. Ken Howell. Tim Hewlett, Roger McDowell, and a Vince Coleman rookie, as I mentioned, was sought after at one time by collectors. And if you played RBI baseball, between him, Willie McGee, and Ozzie Smith, they all had A for speed. You could run the daylights. Another Cal Ripken All-Star card. Hernandez, Al Pardo, John Butcher, Terry Whitfield, got a Pete Rose commemorative. There's, I think, 10 of those. Turn back clock, Fernando. Steve Bouchel. Reed Nichols, Candy Maldonado, Rick Waits. Another Bill Lasky. Tom Herr. Record breaker, Keith Hernandez. And John McNamara. Well, that was a ton of fun. I don't think I was going to have a ton of fun opening 86 tops. You know, there's not the rookie star power, but holy cow, Kirby Puckett, Don Mattingly, Cal Ripken. Pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Well, we've got 86 Don Ross. And here we have another chance at a Canseco. We've got a Vince Coleman rookie here. Dusty Baker. And we've got some puzzle pieces. And I'll try to figure out who's on the puzzle piece. Don't always know. It's not always evident. I didn't do the research. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But we'll try to figure it out. I have some of the best channel supporters in the world, and we can figure it out together. We can figure out how to pronounce the name of a wayward card company that was just finding its way in the mid-'80s. We can do just about anything. Vince Coleman, number 2. Ted Simmons, Hall of Famer. Lenny Dykstra, rookie. Nails. Wow, it's good times. I'm just telling you right here. Ferdinand, Tom Waddle. I think Paul O'Neill's rookie card is in this set, and this is the only one that has got the crime dog in it. Jim Gott, Andre Robertson, Phil Niekro, always crafty, Hall of Famer there. Kevin McReynolds, Phil Bradley, Stu Clyburn, Diamond Kings Mike Davis, Checklist Jack Howell, and Roger Mason. This looks like the Braves. I'm going to guess this is Henry Aaron. Just because of this, looks like this is a Braves. I could be wrong. We'll find out, right? Eventually, we'll get a piece of whoever it is. I'm confident that this mystery of the puzzle will be solved by the third pack. Greg Walker, Fred Lynn, Don Robinson. I got to give me a Canseco here. Roy Smith. Steve Lines. This is filling up the PC. This is like a really good, I gotta tell you, like, I don't own this. I pulled this and gave it away. Don't own this. Don't own that. Jeff Leonard. Keith Hernandez again. Bert Hooten. Todd Worrell, rookie. I think he closed a little bit for cards back in the day. Andy Van Slyke. I don't know if that's his rookie card or not. No, it is not. Mitch Webster, Rudy the Law, Wayne Tolleson, Floyd Bannister, and Rudy Law, like the Judas Priest song, Breaking the Law, Breaking the Law, Hall of Fame, Breaking the Law, Breaking the Law. Yes, I understand I have a bad voice. I happen to like that song. And basically all it is them saying breaking the law like 127 times in different octaves. But I get it. Dusty Baker again. Try Bill. Michael Laga. Benny DiStefano. Rick Sutcliffe. Terry Forster. Floyd Yeomans. Smokin' George Frazier. Jose Rijo, before he was on Cincinnati. Ed Lynch, Dickie Schofield, Rick Mailer. I do like, I don't know if I like it, but the sides, it kind of reminds me of Max Headroom. I don't know if you guys remember that claymation guy. Anyway. Lynn Jones, Tim Leary. It has been a long, strange trip. And finishing off with Rick Mailer and... oh, Hank. I think that's Hank. Han. So, that is pretty awesome. I don't know if I'm going to go through all the cards that we were able to pull in there, but like some of these guys, you know, even Ted Simmons, Phil Niekro, Lenny Dykstra rookie, Carew, Rose, missing somebody, and Ripken, Tony Gwynn, and Mark Brohard, and all these guys, but this has been one that's been elusive to me. Pretty exciting. So, I hope you enjoyed this rip, and you know, if you check out the 1987, 88, 89, and 90, kind of a fun trip through that. I'm not gonna, I don't think I'm gonna go any lower than that because I ripped those packs anyway. So, what was your favorite card pulled? There's a lot of good cards here, and mostly in really good shape. You know, I don't have any problem if you want to know who I got these from. I'm happy to share that information as well, because I got the Fleer and the Tops and the Don Russ all from the same person. So, anywho, thank you guys so much. God bless you all. Stay safe.